All right, now we can connect our controller to our UI. So let's close this controller and to-do as well. Now we are in our to-do screen. So here, let's get rid of all of this because we're not using them here. As you can see, our to-do screen extends our state list widget. So instead of that state list widget, we're going to use a consumer widget provided by Riverpod. Okay, so we're going to use consumer widget. Okay, so we have that. You can see we have Flutter Riverpod. It's provided from, like, this consumer widget is provided by Flutter Riverpod. So right now, this consumer widget has build method, but it also gives us one widget reference as well. So our regular stateless widget has build method with only context, right? So our consumer widget has another parameter passed to us, that is widget reference. Okay, widget ref, we can call it ref. So inside here, we can grab all of our controllers and providers and use the state values from those. So first of all, let's grab our state. Okay, we need that. The first thing we need is that state. So state, we can grab that ref. This ref widget reference give us a few methods. The first one is watch. Okay, watch, and this watch method enables us to subscribe to the state of our controller. Okay, so it actually listens to all the changes happening inside that. Based on that, we can have this updated state all the time. Okay, so ref watch, and here we need to pass the controller we are watching or provider we are watching. Okay, so we say we have that to-dos controller provider. So you might be wondering where this is coming from, to-dos controller providers. This is actually coming from, if we go into that, it is coming from to-dos controller.g.dart, the file we generated. Okay, this is already generated for us. We can use it globally inside our project. So we have that, we have state, and now let's create another variable. Let's call this to-dos. We can grab our state and we can get that to-dos. Okay, it would make we're going to use this to-dos a lot. That's why instead of every time writing state.todos, we're going to just access that to-dos with this variable to-dos. All right, the next one is let's create another variable, is loading. So we'll get our actually equal to, we grab our state again and we get that is loading property of it. And the last one, you might have already guessed it, this is our message. Okay, error message, we grab our state again, we grab that error message. We're going to use them, that's why we're assigning them to a variable, to their own variables, because that would make our code much cleaner. So we have all of this. First of all, we are, as you can see, returning from our scaffold, we are returning the safe area column and all of our to-dos, overview card, to-dos list, etc. Right? First of all, we're gonna check if our controller is loading, if our state is loading. If that is the case, instead of this safe area, we're gonna return center text child. We're gonna return like circular progress indicator. Okay, else we return that safe area. So we have another state as well, is loading, and when it's loading, we're gonna return circular progress indicator, and then else we'll check for another state, another case, that is if we have any error message. We can check it by if error message not equal to null. That means if it's not equal to null, then we have some issue here. So we can say, if that's the case, we use that center text widget again. For the child, we can use text. So here we say, we can just show the error message actually. Instead of our custom message, we just show error message here. All right. because our error message, if we go to our controller, where is that? We have this only message, could not update to do. Okay, based on your case, you might like put some different error message here. I just want to use that for our tutorial case. Okay, now our error case is also considered. What is another case we might need to consider? So another thing might be, yeah, our to-dos might be empty. All right, so we're gonna check here if our, let's actually disable this GitHub, snooze it again because the time is up. So if to-dos is empty, if that is the case, we're gonna return another center widget for the child. We return text, and here we can say no to-dos yet. We can say add your first to-do. Okay, this is the text we want to return here. And if all of the cases passed, then we can return our the actual to-dos UI. Right, so let's actually come here. You can see the UI updated already. We have that no to-dos yet, add your first to-do, because we don't have any to-dos in our controller. That's why it shows this. We don't have any, like, the state is not loading and there's no error message, but our to-dos is empty. That's why we have this. All right, now what we need to do, we can come overview cart. We need something to show our completed count. Should we put our completed logic inside the controller, or should we have a provider? Let's actually have a provider for this. So we already saw the how to create a controller. Let's actually create a single provider for our overview card. Okay, for that we can come inside our application and we say completed to-dos, let's say provider. Okay, .dart. To create a provider, we can follow very similar steps we did for our controller. So first of all, we need to define the file name we want to generate. So we say completed to-dos provider.g.dart. Okay, completed to-dos provider.g. Okay, completed to-dos provider. All right, then we need to use that Riverpod annotation. Okay, so let's import our Riverpod annotation. Import Riverpod annotation. Can use that, and we say Riverpod annotation.dart. Okay, we have that. Now right under here, instead of creating a class for provider, we can create a simple method which returns completed count for us. Okay, so we want this method to return integer, just a count. So we name it completed to-dos count. Okay, so this has ref argument as well, and then we can use this ref to grab our other providers, okay, or controllers. So first of all, let's create our to-dos variable, and here we can grab that ref and we can use that watch method of this ref, and here we can get our to-dos controller provider. This to-dos controller provider has some useful methods that makes to listen for specific property state, like the states of the specific properties. For example, we can use that. Let me actually show it. Select. For the selection, we grab that state, and here we use arrow function. We can listen for only to-dos. Okay, we don't want to listen for error messages or is loading case. We are only listening for the to-dos. Okay, only this property. So whenever this to-dos property changes, then this completed to-dos count updates the state. Okay, so here we can return. We have our to-dos. We can return to-dos dot. Let's use that where function. For that, we can say to-do, and here we can check if to-do is completed. If that's the case, if to-do is completed, then we add that to the list. So we have this. You can see we can use that where function when we check if it's completed, then we add it to the list, and at the end we just get the length of the list, and we can return from our completed to-dos count. So let's save it, and we're gonna run our command to generate our code one more time. So here we can run dart run build runner build -d. Let's run it and to generate the code for this one as well. All right, let's say, okay, yeah, it's done. We can close our terminal, and we can close our completed to-dos provider as well. Done. Let's go up here because we are working with this overview card. Let's put that one here as well. Actually, right below this, we create another final. We say completed count equal to, we can use that ref and watch. This time we are going to watch completed to-dos count provider. So this is coming from, you might have already guessed it, coming from the generated file, the one we currently generated, completed to-dos provider.g.dart file. Okay, we have that, and we can come here to our overview card. Okay, we will basically pass completed count directly into this widget. Okay, so it doesn't accept any parameters yet, so we're gonna come into that widget overview card. Inside here we'll create one property. We make it int, and the name is completed count. So let's put it just like that. We can save it. You can see we have this completed count. All right. Now we can use this completed count where we put our here completed count. It was 10 previously. Now we can put it here like this. Not, oh, actually we need to put it somewhere here, and we need total count as well. Okay, we'll pass total count here. Final total, let's say to-dos count, and this is integer as well. So we can copy paste it, put that comma there, and we make this total to-dos count. Now it receives two parameters, total to-dos count as well. We come down here, and instead of this hard-coded 10, we put that totals count. All right. So save this, close this overview card. Now you can see we have issue here because we need to pass one more parameter, that is total to-dos count. So we can get total to-dos count by using that to-dos dot length. Save it. Now you can see we have total to-do count. We are grabbing that to-dos. This to-dos is coming from here, state to-dos. All right. Save it. Nothing changes here because we do not have any to-dos yet.